day, everybody. Darren Yankee, Echo Eye Farms. Yesterday I was out checking some fences along the woods. We're going to turn the group of cattle into today. And I found that there was a tree that had fallen down. It was against the fence. Not necessarily over the fence, but the brush or the limbs are all leaning against it. So I thought I'd get it cleaned off today. There's one group of cattle. Most of them out relaxing, enjoying. Nice cloudy day we got today. This group has a couple paddocks all set up for them. You see the cross fencing there and the ranger track. So they're good for 2 more moves. That'll be today, tomorrow. So moving the cattle on a daily basis. Gotta get over here. Get into the next paddock where our other group of cattle are at. It's a gorgeous morning out, nice and cool. Cattle really like this weather. It gets down into the low 60s overnight. Warms up some during the day, but not miserable. For July, you just never know what type of weather you're going to get. There's cattle out in this paddock in front of us. About 50 head of beef cattle. There's another group of Holsteins, the young dairy cattle we raise. 120 head in that group. I'd say they're all pretty content. I think there's a handful of them standing up. Most of them are all piled on there, laying down. Look at that group of cattle, all comfy, not a care in the world. They got about a 4-acre paddock they're in, so I don't know why they're all piled in a ½ acre, but that's them for you. So them are the 2 groups that we got. I'll go ahead and get this fence fixed for. This group of beef cattle will be going in the lot today where the trees is down. Gotta open that gate up. Let's shut again. We don't have too many steel gates around the farm. Most of our gates are bungee gates now, electric wire bungee gates, but it's still nice to have a few of them steel gates around different spots. There's our cattle oiler with a mineral tub. You see they've been working around that a little bit. The grass is matted down. Flies are starting to get heavy. Fenced off so they can't get into it. They can graze around it. I think the closest point they probably get 50 feet away from the pond is the closest they can get to it. Something like that. That's now our gate we got to open. Some of the fences we're at right now, like that one there, and this gate system here, and the one that we just came through as well, them are all older setups that have been in place for a while before we started really rotating the cattle on a daily basis. Because on the other side of this fence, that was row crop field, corn, soybeans. It had a lot of alfalfa in the rotation though. But since we've been taking more alfalfa out of our rotation and grazing more, this has been turned into pasture. I think that got it converted in 2017. So that's been a pasture now for 5 years. So what I was getting at with these fences, some of these fences I would remove or do differently if I knew that we would never row crop that field again. But since there's, unknowns, just don't know where's the farm going to be in 10 years from now. A guy hates to redo your fencing structure and then want to even plant alfalfa in there to harvest. It just creates a lot more work when what we have right now works as well. Well, this fence really is not that old. I can remember helping put that in back in the mid 2000s or early 2000s. We put this fence in. So that fence is about 20 years old probably. So I just hate to take out something that's not seen its life expectancy yet. So that line there is just pretty well dictating that what we're in right now has been pasture forever. And just on the other side of there would have been row crop ground. This paddock hasn't been grazed off for 45 days. And when we did graze it, there wasn't a whole lot of forage out here at the time. It was just that slow spring we had. Wasn't much growth early on. I like this paddock though, it has some shade and stuff in it. It's about 5 acres in size. So it works good for these hot days. Like tomorrow when the cattle come in here, it's going to be 85 out, but they're talking like a 97-degree heat index. So it'll just be a good paddock for the cattle to get into when it's really hot outside. So here's that tree. Like I say, just the tree top that really fell against the fence. The wires are stretched down some, but for the most part, we'll probably have to put, well, I don't even know. Just stretch the wires back tight again, and hopefully that's all we have to do. But this is all barb fence. This fence has been in here for quite a few years. At the time, a fence got put in front of a fence, so it's kind of a mess. Hard to work on. There's a lot of wires. Ideally, it'd be great, if you could just start over and take all these fences out and put all new in, but that costs a lot of money as well. So I suppose it'll take me a half hour to clean this mess up we got going on, and so that's a little bit of what I'll be working on today, is pretty well checking fences and getting some cattle moved around, getting some paddocks set up for the next few days of grazing, so we ain't gotta do it during the middle of the week. I guess today is the 4th of July. So you kind of see this paddock runs down along the tree line there. Has a little group of woods in the middle of it. It's right in the middle of the paddock. The cattle will have access to that as well. So just some good shade, and we try saving some of these paddocks for when it does get hot out. So this ain't our woods over here. This is a neighbor's woods actually. We don't have any trees on our side of the fence along here. They're all on his side, but well, y'all have a great day. Thanks for watching.